My 20% project was doing congruence transformations in dimensions other than plane. And there can't be a for example, there can't be a rotation in a 3D given space because, for example, if I wanted to rotate around the center of this cube, starting at the white one, depending on where I hold it, I could end up with the green one, but if I was holding like this, I could also end up with like the red one, or I could also just end up with the white face in front again. So there's not much really defining it. But there can be a rotation around a line in the graph because, for example, this is just an example of a regular plane in which you can do a rotation around a point. A line in a 3D space would be the equivalent of those planes stacked up onto each other, being parallel, and the point is lining up onto each other. Thus, they form a line perpendicular to all of these planes. And then, if you do a rotation in all of the planes, that would be the same thing as doing a rotation around that line. And there can't be, if you have a one-dimensional line, you can't do a rotation around a point because that would be the same thing as a reflection, and a rotation has infinite numbers depending on the specific degree given that you're rotating it. But in a point one for a line, you'd only have two possible ones. If you have it before the one that you have before and the one that you have after. A point reflection in a line is also the same as a line reflection in a plane and is equivalent to a plane reflection in a three-dimensional space, because as I previously showed for the line in a graph, a point in a line would be equivalent, or a line in a plane would be equivalent to tons of points and lines stacked up on each other, and also the same for the plane in the graph. Thus, they have similar properties. And for translations, those typically remain unaffected, and they can just be moved by however many dimensions you are given. Any questions?
But